Is it running? I hope so. Yeah. Wow. Full sun. I'm under the equator. The sun is right above me. Good day. My name is Martin Schweiger. I'm a patent attorney in Singapore and also a powerlifter. And I'm on a journey from 133 kg body weight in the super heavyweight class to 83 kg body weight. That would be super lean with less than 5% body fat. I started in December 2023 after I was diagnosed with a metabolic syndrome, and I have been curing this myself without any pharmaceuticals. Just a change in lifestyle. Yeah, quite successful. The doctors are amazed. This is unheard of, unseen of, or very, very, very rare. In my last episode, I believe it's 179, a lot, I just resumed my journey. And I explained to you why it is so difficult for me to maintain a healthy lifestyle while I'm traveling. And it's actually 3 reasons. Number 1, I don't have my measurement tools with me. And I come back to that. So somehow I have not much reward, very little reward in maintaining my lifestyle because I don't see the measurement values changing, and that is particularly a problem if I travel for months or more, which I did. Second reason, if you travel to a country where the food is good, I mean tasty for me, in particular Germany and France, but also Italy, it's very difficult to not eat the unhealthy stuff. And with unhealthy I mean carbohydrates and alcohol. Thanks God I'm not smoking. That would make everything worse. So, yeah, traveling to one of those countries where the food is good. I mean, there is so much temptation, and when you're on traveling, then it's so easy to just give in and eat what you're not supposed to eat, and also more than you're supposed to eat. Number 3, this has to do with social reasons. So, of course, when you're together with others, it's more easy to be drawn into eating and drinking alcohol. But also, social means traveling between meetings, and then it becomes difficult to do my daily walk, my 1-hour walk. I'm using now to record my insights. So, yeah, about measuring. I outlined already yesterday in such a healing journey. Measuring is not so much about obtaining absolute values and then decide, now the values are there and all is good, I can stop. But it's a journey. It's so as stupid as it sounds, but the way is the goal. And whatever measurement instruments you use, and you can start with very simple ones, like a measurement tape for measuring your waist circumference. It's not about the absolute value, but about the change over time. Another example for that is a bad one. I bought the bathroom scales from, I don't know what's the company, Omron or Tanita, one of the two. And when you do the full-fledged measurement, it also comes with an estimated body age. So what I did when I started with this a year ago or so, my estimated body age was 10 years more than my real age, according to that scales. Others, like the Oura ring, also comes with an age estimation. It says that I'm 8 years younger, the vascular age, they call it. I'm 8 years younger than, Anyway, so I posted that information into my group. So, and immediately one of my peers came up and said, I tested this machine and it said that my body age is the same as my real age, bracket, and not 10 years more than my real age as you have measured for yourself, Martin, bracket. I said, okay. But it's not the point, because I don't let the machine judge my health. And I seriously doubt that this is possible. And also, it doesn't help to predict how old you become. There is statistics of life insurances, and they measure exactly how old people become, and there's an average value and so on and so on. But of course, all that follows a bell curve that is never shown, and you never know which one of the many measurement points in the future bell curve, when it's about life expectancy, you are going to be. So it's not about longevity and how to achieve it. It's about the journey. In my case, I was a competing athlete back in 2023, powerlifting, world level, Asian champion, number 4 of the world rank list in my age and weight group, on the way to get number 3 or even number 2. I had an accident and I could have died in that accident, but I was lucky I only got a ruptured quadriceps tendon that forced me to change my lifestyle. And I'm so grateful for that. Yeah, as weird as it sounds, no bad feelings about the people that caused my accident at all, because it helped me to change my lifestyle to something that is obviously much healthier. Because after so much effort, I'm now, with all my laboratory values, I'm now right in the bracket of people that have a good chance to attain, or to have a long life, which is what I want, or everybody wants. Yeah. So, if you stop measuring, I'm talking now to myself. When I start measuring, the consistency is the key. The consistency of measuring. And in my case, I also need a program, which is a sort of campaign. I need to have a goal. And then the goal should be something that can be measured in the sense of feeling or mood or absence of symptoms. So my current campaign is go down to 93 kg body weight, compete in that body weight class. And that comes with a timeline. Originally, I thought I'd do that in December at the Asian Championships in Istanbul, but that is not realistic for many reasons. So I shifted that to March, when the national competitions in Singapore take place. I believe that's the easiest. Or maybe I do some other listed competition. But it must be listed on the internet. And now, so I told you I was without measurement instruments for more than a month, and I am now more or less complete with my instruments. Only one is missing, which is the continuous blood glucose meter on my arm. Here, it should sit here as a white button. But what I have is pretty good. Plus, I have another measurement instrument, which is the food marble breath analyzer that analyzes my content of hydrogen and methane in my breath on a scale from 0 to 10. Actually, it's in steps of 0.1. And it also comes with an app that can log food, stool, mood, sleep, and whatever, I don't know. And And that one also needs a baseline, which means you need to use it for several days in a row, consistently, every 2 hours, more or less, and measure. And then you can take some breath analysis, eat special types of food, and see how the breath analysis changes, and all that for obtaining a better gut health. So all this comes together. My campaign, my ongoing campaign, is not only about losing weight to the next weight class, but also about improving my sleep with then making sure that my gut health is there, and reducing my visceral fat, which is a source of inflammation. And that justifies that I'm measuring, because then I see where I am. And just, actually, I don't really need to measure everything on a daily basis, because there's so much redundancy. The more measure values you have, the more different signals you measure from your body, the more redundancy is there. And I believe that redundancy justifies that you don't measure everything all the time. So it is more about smart measurements. And a healthy body, when you're young, a smart measurement would be that you do a checkup every year, or maybe even every 5 years. And the longer the distance between the two, the more measurement values you would need. But then it's also difficult to interpret. And all this changed with AI. So, yeah, I believe we should measure our body values from an early age. And because of that redundancy in measurement values, it helps to give you a better diagnosis when you're in your old age, when you have values to compare. Like the example, when that's really telling in two ways. December 2023, I was diagnosed with tumor markers for liver cancer. And I was really shocked. For 1 week, I thought, oh, now I need to die. What do I do, when? And then I tried to find out everything about liver cancer. And so until I got the idea, why don't you check in your old data what that says? And good enough, I have archived my old health data back until 1997, which is 30 years almost from now. And I found an old laboratory report that measured the same tumor markers. I don't know why I measured this at that time. 20 years ago, this must have been quite expensive. But I did it. And what I found is that the measurement value for the tumor markers 20 years ago was the same as the one in end of 2023. And I did not die because of liver cancer for 20 years. That's one thing. Then I wanted to, why did they not warn me 20 years ago, but in 2023? And I asked, and what I found out is that they lowered the threshold. So more people fall into that warning window. And to me, that's quite arbitrary. Yeah. So after 1 week, I felt a big relief. So much about measurement values. Now to my current measurement values. So this is the story. End of June, I had almost perfect blood values, all within the green area. And I did a big measurement. Then by end of August, my body weight was 99.9 kg at the lowest point in time. It was at the end of a dry fasting day. You know, I do one water fasting day and a dry fasting day per week. And then I measure my body value with a bathroom scale. So the lowest was 99.9 kg. That was end of August when I traveled to Germany. Germany is always difficult. Food and beer, alcohol, wine, different from Singapore. So after 5 weeks I measured again. It was not my lowest body weight, but I just stepped randomly on the scales and it's 106.8. And I guess that the difference between a random body weight and the dry fasting, end of dry fasting weight would differ by about 2.5 or 3 kg. So 103.8 would that be. And each week when I follow a healthy lifestyle, I lose about 0.5 kg or 1 kg. Something like that. That's realistic. and also not tough. And when I look at it, then the following happened. Not only did I not further lose weight when I started my journey, I also gained weight, and with the same rate as I lose weight when I live a healthy lifestyle. So it's really doing 1 month nothing means that you're thrown 2 months back, literally. So now, beginning of October, I am where I was in July. So that's the plus 1 month. 1 month traveling, not losing weight. 1 month eating the good food gives you plus weight for 1 month that you have lost before. And another month. So my rule of thumb is, you travel 1 month, you let it run, do what you want, and you lose 3 months time. In losing weight. In my case, that means that I can have my 93 kg not in December, but only in February. Which is okay with the overall plans that I have. But I found that quite an interesting insight. Maybe that also works. Let loose 2 weeks, go on holiday, and you lose 6 weeks in your time plan. Interesting. Yeah, so to finish this, today is Tuesday, the dry fasting day. After yesterday water fasting, my body weight this morning was 103 kg, and you can see already just 1 day water fasting brings a lot. Can come with 2 kg weight loss. It's tough, but possible. I measure my blood values, means ketones, and the blood sugar. Actually, about redundancy, I don't need to measure the blood sugar so often anymore, because when I don't eat carbs, then my blood sugar is not high, except for a dawn effect. But for that one, you need a good continuous blood glucose meter. We talk about that one at another time. So today dry fasting. I didn't drink anything since 1 a.m. in the morning. And I'm now 11 hours into dry fasting. My body is in full ketosis. I'm feeding on my visceral fat, probably. I try to push this as long as I can today. No need to rush. Yeah, when I look at this food has made me sick. That's why metabolic syndrome is also called civilization disease. But the good thing is, as much as you do, for thousands of years, the maximum lifespan of humans is 120 years. And we know that because it's documented in the Bible, which is thousands of years old. Okay, I'm now almost there. I run an errand and then go home and sleep an hour. Because in dry fasting, when you really feel miserable, then the best is just lay down, switch on the aircon, and sleep. Goodbye.